Hey there, friends. Hope you're all doing well. Just making this quick little announcement here. This is you're about to see my little conversation, my short conversation with man Peter Henriksen of Henriksen Amplifiers. Such a great guy, and we had a really nice chat. My original plan was to put this conversation with the amplifier review, my bud review that's coming out pretty soon. Except the video started getting a little too long, so I thought it'd be better to split it up into separate videos. So it's a little easier to watch. You know, like sometimes videos start getting close to like half an hour and all that, and it's just not as friendly. So I figured I would just do this segment here, like the interview first, and then we're gonna post the video review in a little bit. So I hope you will enjoy my conversation with Peter Henriksen. We talk a little bit about the amps, and we also talk a little bit about the Rocky Mountain Archtop Festival that happened last year, 2024, and that is happening again in 2026. So yeah, please enjoy this conversation, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
How you been, man? Oh no, take it.
Sorry. I've been great. How have you been?
Pretty good, man. I think I haven't seen you since the California thing. The West Coast, Central Coast jazz guitar, Central Coast. Sorry, Rick.
Central Coast. Were you not at the Harrisburg show this year? They all kind of blend together.
I was at Harrisburg for a second, but
Right.
then oh, look at that picture behind you, man. You got to develop into it. Sorry, I couldn't. That's amazing. That picture's so good. Ah, man,
It's really cool.
it's really cool. It's a really good that one. I mean, whoever missed out. I'm glad I was there. That was the most fun show, man. I mean, they're all equally fun. They're all great shows.
Yeah.
Not wanting to jeopardize my participation in any, but no, you can't. This was
Yeah. Well, wait till the next one. It'll be even better.
Is it going to be coming back next year? I don't know if you want to share this information, but
Yeah, next year, September 18th, 19th, and 20th.
amazing. In Arvada?
Same place.
Buy my tickets. I'm going.
Awesome.
No. Anyway, man, listen. This is more just an excuse to talk to you, but not really. Actually, you know, I'm kind of my YouTube channel's been I'm putting more effort into it. I used to just post my own playing videos and all that, but now I've been doing some stuff. And turns out guitar players love gear, and the gear videos do really well. Love talking about guitars. And man, I mean, for me, talking about your amp is kind of really a no-brainer. This is not a sponsored content in any way. It's the best amplifier. It's the best. It's small. I mean, my main use for is the Bud, but it's just an incredible amp. And I wanted to talk to you just to get more detailed information, because we talked about it in different occasions. I think the first time I ever met you was at the Harrisburg show, probably going on for 4 years ago or something. And I remember just kind of taking a liking of you right away. And I didn't have a Bud back then. And I had seen Henriksen amps around, like in New York, the bigger model, I guess, used to, and now you can start correcting me, used to have that moniker, the jazz amp, altogether. Yeah. It was a Henriksen jazz amp. It was kind of the name of it. And the way I always thought about it was like an improved version of a Polytone was what my brain put me in mind of. Kind of transistor amp, but sounded really good, and kind of more, a lot more dependable and kind of well built, you know what I mean? And is that a kind of a fair assessment, more or less?
Sure. Actually, a better built Polytone is sort of where we landed in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And when we were just getting started, Polytone had kind of more or less unofficially, but for all intents and purposes, gone out of business. And in fact, I think what sent my dad down the original pathway of looking to build his own amp was that he couldn't find a Polytone for sale in the United States that was either brand new or actually functioning. So,
and for those who might be watching this and do not know, your dad started the company originally.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing. I mean, it's for a lot of guitar players that may not be super jazz oriented. Transistor might not have been really maybe even an option, but it just goes for tubes, right? But the Polytone was a thing. I've owned probably a 3, And it's like you said, I wasn't really sure where they were made and if they were still being made. And some of them were pretty good. Some of them were very unreliable. And to get them fixed, a lot of people wouldn't touch them. Some people said getting parts is a nightmare. So it depends. It was really a strange operation, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I just think they had a lot of success through the 70s and into the 80s and then kind of declined. And I just don't think they really had a plan for the company getting older.
Right.
Is what it seems to me from the outside. I don't really know anything about them, but I do know that the repairability is an issue because there are some components that were made obsolete. You literally can't buy them anymore, even if you wanted to. And so that's if I remember, my dad was working on the amplifier project before he asked me to join him and really build it into a company. And so I just I'm going off my memory of him talking that he, once he did finally, he got a Mega Brute from, I think, the 12th fret in Toronto is the only place he could get one. And it didn't work. And he fixed it. And he traded, if I remember the story correctly, his teacher here, Dale Bruning, he traded him because Dale's needed a functioning reverb and my dad's reverb worked or something like that. I can't remember, but he got it working. And I just remember him saying, I really didn't think it sounded that great and thought he could very much improve on that concept. And so, just something small, portable, and very powerful that you can really gig with professionally. And that's that was the requisite for design.
For sure. Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that's not to extend about polytones. When I landed on the Henriksen amp, it was basically that I played the regular, the main amp a few times, but I live in New York. A lot of jazz guitar players live in New York.
Oh yeah.
But the prospect of a really small amp is very attractive. It's like, a lot of people might not believe this, but it's possible to live here without a car. And a lot of us do. Having a car here is tricky and all that. But anyway, so I started talking to you about the amp, and I remember trying, and this is another one that I need to get right. So the Bud is basically the small 16-inch speaker design with the 2 channels.
Correct.
And the Blue is the one with the 1 channel.
Correct.
Okay, so I got that right.
So our current production is we have a single channel amplifier called the Blue and a 2-channel version called the Bud. And each are available in either a 6.5 or a 10-inch speaker.
Right.
So,
there's the bigger speaker version. Exactly. Yeah. Which I don't own, but it's in the projects.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. And then just that amp just sounded, when I went out and tried it, it just sounded great right away. I remember just plugging with everything flat and just noon everything, and just wow, okay, this doesn't sound like anything else that I'd played. It didn't. To be honest, it wasn't like a polytone at all. It didn't sound like anything else. I was coming in terms of portable amps. I was coming in from a Lunchbox ZT Lunchbox. Say, honestly, it was a cool design. It was a little thing and all that, and absolutely no shade on ZT whatsoever. Mine had lived this course, and it was always sort of like a compromise. It was small, but it wasn't really, if you had a drum kit on the gig, it didn't really do it. It didn't really have verb. The EQ was very small and kind of the Henriksen had the 5-knob, low mids, high mids, treble, I guess 4-knob EQ and all that in the presence anyway. But it just sounded completely different. And be it with the archtop or with the semi-hollow with humbuckers and all that, it just had a very clear present sound. Yeah, it could be sort of tailored to whatever we were looking for, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, our philosophy with our preamp is that we don't want to be a part of your sound. We just want to make your sound louder.
Right.
And that's, I know that my dad really worked on that in terms of developing the tone, the preamp. And we fundamentally have the same design that he started with. We've made a lot of changes, a lot of upgrades, a lot of feature differences, but it's still basically the same concept, is that we try to make the signal from your guitar as unmolested from beginning to end as possible.
Right.
And that works great for jazz and acoustic, and a lot of string players are starting to discover the bud, violin and viola and cello, because for the same reason, you want that flat piano-like response out of an amplifier, whereas if you're playing blues, you don't want all that mid. It's mud.
Right. Exactly.
So,
and I mean, that's the thing. I've played a lot of things through the years, and I have a very particular view on jazz EQ, but even particular things like, I love the idea of a big round sound, but I don't think all that low end is particularly necessary. But anyway, when I plug my R stop in, floor pickup and all that, I'm not, a magnetic pickup is a magnetic pickup, but it does almost sort of bring out more of the acoustic quality, especially with the wooden bridge. It sort of sounds a little bit more transparent, but I have my own like my setting on the bud that I like to, when I'm playing jazz guitar on, I don't like the presence on it, turn the tweeter off, and it just sounds incredible. With drums, no problem. Can play with drums, never had to struggle. You know what I mean? And this is also, I plugged acoustic guitars to do like functions and ways through a piezo or piezo, however people like to pronounce it. Like you said, sounds great. It affects it very little, But and I guess that's it has to do with the preamp section, and this is something that I want to try and feature more in the video, because it kind of blew my mind a little bit. I've talked to you about it, and you guys were trying to make it not be just a jazz amplifier kind of a thing, like you said.
Yeah.
And I looked at it as my jazz smaller kind of gig kind of amp. But then I was just like, why? So I was like, I was sitting here, and I was just like, okay, so I plugged my board into it, and my semi-hollow, that I used to play other, maybe more contemporary gigs or rock things, had my overdrive on it, left it flat again, brought the presence back in, and man, I'm like, it sounds like just a great amp. Okay, cool. And then I turned the dirt on, like that. I have a dualist, overdrive thing.
Yeah.
It sounded great through the little speaker. I was very amazed, because I think a part of me always with the ZT, but I've played, I don't want to start bringing Brandon, but other compact amps, but didn't really do it. Something about the response just wasn't adequate. But this sounded great, and this is something that people see in the video, because I try to, one of the great features of the amp that I never cared about, but sound guys love it, is that it had the line out. If you bring it, they're like, you have a line out of that thing? I'm like, sure. So You get your sound, they just put your sound to the crowd. It's great. They love that thing, the XLR out.
Yep.
And then I plugged the XLR onto my interface and just started recording with the line. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous. It sounds great.
Yeah, we put a lot of effort and time and money into making sure that the line out was good quality, because otherwise, why have it?
Right.
To be totally 100% honest, when we had the first, I think we did a Kickstarter kind of pre-sale thing for the first 100 Bud amps. I didn't think, because I'm myself personally not a gigging guitar player, I didn't think they were going to cover as much in terms of live performance as they would. I thought we would sell a lot more extension cabinets with them. And I thought we were going to see a lot of people basically treating it like a head or a DI with a small monitoring speaker attached to it. Well, as you know, that speaker can cover quite a bit of a good size room.
What really astounds me is that kind of blew me. It was when I turn the dirt on and I start playing some power chords in it, something like that, it doesn't far out. The low end doesn't get flappy. If you were to mic it, it would sound good up front. I bet. I haven't tried doing it yet on a gig, but I'm pretty sure.
Right. Well, the driver in it's not a guitar speaker. It is a mid-bass line array driver. It's meant for PA speakers, and I think its peak handling power is 300 watts. It's a way over spec on purpose, and
right,
so that we exactly what you're talking about. You can beat the hell out of it and it'll keep performing.
It does. And then the last kind of other thing that I just want to cover is this. I've always liked about your amps. It just feels really solid. It feels really well put together. Like you hold it and the handle's good. The cabinet's good. It feels like a thing that was built well. It's like it has that sort of quality feel to it that I really like.
That's much appreciate. I appreciate that you appreciate that.
Yeah,
we do the assembly here in Arvada, Colorado. So we take a lot of pride in being, the ones who are actually putting these things together. It's not it's not the easiest way to do things, but it actually makes the quality a lot better if we're the ones doing the building instead of just ordering them from overseas somewhere. They're made here in Colorado.
Right, and you keep on the everything and all that. And
every single amp is individually play tested with a guitar.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
every single one.
I've done a couple of guitar reviews recently, and both the D'Ambrosio that I played that was made by Otto. That's of course he's a guy that makes a guitar with his hands, a master luthier. And then the other one being the Paul Smith that I started a relationship with recently, and I compared a couple of different models, and people say, well, where's that money go? I'm like, well, if you hold the guitar, you feel where the money goes. And that's about the bud. That's what I say. I'm like, man, just check it out, because it's not the same. It's like it feels like a different thing. And mine has never, since I bought it, hasn't skipped it. I've played probably hundreds of gigs with it now, and I don't even know, on the subway and all that. And yeah, it's great. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, get some word regarding the amps and all this stuff. And I always talk it up because you're so present in the guitarist community. I think all of us are pretty grateful for that, organizing the festival, but also being around in general in the scene and all that. And
probably to quote my dad, I never would have been invited into the scene as a player.
Let's say if you were a player, the amps would be a lot worse.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It'd be like that. You're having to share your time. It's a little bit, everybody loves you. I know this for a fact. Yeah. And it's no. I think I've definitely a couple of clubs in New York that I've seen your amps. Like the Zinc Club had a couple of buds. The Bar Next Door had a couple of buds. We're hoping the Bar Next Door is gonna come back. They keep saying they will. So
yeah,
we're hoping so. But yeah, man, just all the congrats on great amp, great product, I guess I'll say. But and thank you for taking the time to just talk a little bit. I don't want to keep it super long, and I think it's just good to get all the info from you and talk a little bit about it. And yeah, have some sound things of the amp, all that, in the video.
Well, if we're always here. I'm the one that answers the phone and the emails. So if anybody has any questions, it's me.
He's married though, folks. So don't call him up for that kind of stuff.
Regular business hours.
Yeah. We don't have to include that. But anyway,
and again, the Archtop Guitar Festival, the Rocky Mountain Archtop Guitar Festival will be in 2026. That'll be Henriksen's 20-year anniversary party as well. Ooh. So that'll be September 18th, 19th, and 20th.
So people, stay tuned. I attended this festival last year. It was a lot of fun. The caliber of guitar players concentrated in one spot was off the charts. Like that,
pretty ridiculous.
That picture that's behind Peter, you can go on Facebook and see it. It's over there. That was everybody that was in there. The tiny little face you're not going to be able to know, but it was everybody from Frank Vignola, Bruce Foreman. I'm talking off the top of my head: Fareed Haag, Corey Christensen. Me, but I was there, and it's just I'm leaving people out. It's just because there's too many to list. Killer players, Jimmy Bruno, they're gonna keep coming, so I'm not gonna do a disservice to say that. But anyway, if there's any way you can get to Arvada, Colorado, easy to get to, just fly out to Denver, attend this because you'll have a blast. I have no doubt about that. It's awesome. Everybody's just hanging around. There's gigs, master classes happening, but everybody's hanging around. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. That that website for more information is archtopfestival.com.
We're going to be linking all this in the video below and putting links everywhere because
It's a festival run by me, so the website's going to be
great, perfectly tomorrow. no, it will. And as soon as everything's up, I'll keep everybody updated. But yeah,
Great.
it's nice to put it on your calendars.
Yes.
Block out that weekend there.
Yep,
you'll need it.
great. Well, thanks, man.
Peter, thanks so much, man.